The 5 most expensive cars up for sale at Pebble Beach this weekend, CNBC. Auction sales at the Monterey Car Week are expected to total between $300 million and $490 million. Classic cars up for auction in Monterey, California, this week are expected to shatter records. Auction sales at the Monterey Car Week are expected to total between $300 million and $490 million. AC +4545 Chars. Woman describes frequent abuse by R. Kelly before she was 18. The Associated Press, en Español. Chicago. App. A woman who has been central to R. Kelly's legal troubles for more than 2 decades testified Thursday that the R&B singer sexually abused her hundreds of times before she turned 18 years old, starting when she was 15. Chicago. App. A woman who has been central to R. Kelly's legal troubles for more than 2 decades testified Thursday that the R&B singer sexually abused her hundreds of times before she turned 18. Y. +5258 Chars. Trump CFO Allen Weisselberg pleads guilty in tax fraud case, The Washington Post. The longtime Trump executive was indicted on charges of grand larceny and tax fraud last year. Comment on this story. New York. Allen Weisselberg, the longtime top financial officer of former President Donald Trump's company, pleaded guilty on Thursday to committing more than a dozen felonies. I. +6885 Chars. An old medicine grows new hair for pennies a day, doctors say. The New York Times. Dermatologists who specialize in hair loss say that the key ingredient in a topical treatment worked even better when taken orally at a low dose. Oral minoxidil costs pennies a day, Dr. King said. There is no incentive to spend tens of millions of dollars to test it in a clinical trial. That study truly is never, ever going to be done. Some p. +1017 Chars. Scientists are asking the public to name 20 exoplanetary systems observed by the Webb telescope. Here's how to submit your idea, CNN. During its exploration of deep space, the Webb telescope will closely observe 20 exoplanetary systems. Scientists have organized a global search for the perfect names for these other worlds. Null. Big Ten lands new TV megadeal with Fox, NBC and CBS. But not ESPN, The Washington Post. The Big Ten's new deals will make it the wealthiest conference in college sports. Just weeks after the conference announced it would add USC and UCLA. Comment on this story. The Big Ten Conference unveiled media rights agreements on Thursday expected to be worth more than $1 billion annually, a monumental windfall that arrives amid a rapidly chungy +6450 Chars. The Xbox features most people forget about. Kotaku. Ask yourself, do you really need Skype on Xbox? Really? We did it for the Switch. We did it for the PlayStation 5. It's only fair that we do it for the Xbox, too. Earlier this month, Sony announced it'd purge the barely used Accolades feature from PS5. WHIC. +3944 Chars. Pro-Putin rapper reopens former Starbucks coffee shops in Russia, The Guardian. Tomati and co-owner Anton Pinsky have rebranded it as Stars Coffee after buying the rights to the chain. Russia. Tomati and co-owner Anton Pinsky have rebranded it as Stars Coffee after buying the rights. To the chain. Thursday, 18 August 2022, 17.30 BST. A pro-Putin rapper has reopened the chain of coffee shops faux. +2842 Chars. More on CM Punk reportedly going off script and calling out Adam Page on AEW Dynamite, Wrestling Inc. CM Punk and #039's opening promo on &Quat. AEW Dynamite &Quat. Reportedly had more intentions than just building to All Out. And new info has come to light from PW Insider. CM Punk's opening promo on AEW Dynamite reportedly had more intentions than just building to All Out. Dave Meltzer stated on Wrestling Observer Radio that Punk's comments against Hangman Page were +1130 Chars. Big Ten lands new TV megadeal with Fox, NBC and CBS. But not ESPN, The Washington Post. The Big Ten's new deals will make it the wealthiest conference in college sports. Just weeks after the conference announced it would add USC and UCLA. Comment on this story. The Big Ten Conference unveiled media rights agreements on Thursday expected to be worth more than $1 billion annually. A monumental windfall that arrives amid a rapidly chungy +6450 Chars. Polio was almost eradicated. This year it staged a comeback. The New York Times. Before its discovery in New York's wastewater, the virus made a series of ominous appearances around the world. As a result of the dismantling of outbreak teams, the response to vaccine-derived polio has often been sluggish and inefficient. The speed and the quality of the responses will have to go up in order. +1327 Chars. Massive impact crater beneath the North Atlantic reveals dinosaur-killing asteroid wasn't alone. Sci-Tech Daily. A newly discovered impact crater below the seafloor suggests that more than one asteroid may have hit Earth during the time when dinosaurs went extinct. Evidence of an asteroid impact crater beneath the North Atlantic Ocean has been discovered by scientists. By University of Arizona, August 18, 2022. Discovery of a large impact crater beneath the North Atlantic Ocean reveals that more than one asteroid could have spelled doom for the dinosaurs. A newly dis. +4959 Chars. Cleveland Browns QB Deshaun Watson suspended 11 games. Fined $5 million after NFL and NFLPA reach settlement, CNN. The NFL and the NFL Players Association have agreed to suspend Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson for 11 regular season games without pay and fine him $5 million after he was accused of sexual misconduct by more than 24 women. Null. Call of Duty Warzone. Last Stand. Official Season 5 Cinematic Trailer, IGN. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Kohl's is a mess in more ways than one. CNN. Kohl's can't seem to catch a break. And it may have only itself to blame. Null. Kanye West defends selling homeless inspired Gap line out of construction bags, the AV Club. Look man. I'm an innovator and I'm not here to sit up and apologize about my ideas, West says. When it comes to Kanye West's streetwear brand Yeezy, one man's trash bag really is another man's treasure. In a new interview, West publicly defends his choice to sell his labels highly sought after. Plus 1886 Chars. Cleveland Browns QB Deshaun Watson suspended 11 games. Fined $5 million after NFL and NFLPA reach settlement, CNN. The NFL and the NFL Players Association have agreed to suspend Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson for 11 regular season games without pay and fine him $5 million after he was accused of sexual misconduct by more than 24 women. Null. Bill Nye breaks down Webb telescope space images. Wired. The James Webb Space Telescope has dazzled us with its first batch of images. Wired got in touch with the one and only Bill Nye to break down some of these. Null. Phillies claim Bradley Zimmer off waivers from Blue Jays, MLB Trade Rumors. The Phillies claimed center fielder Bradley Zimmer off waivers from the Blue Jays on Thursday. Read more at MLB Trade Rumors. The Phillies announced Thursday that they've claimed outfielder Bradley Zimmer off waivers from the Blue Jays. He'll take the active roster spot of center fielder Brandon Marsh, who's headed to the 1+2546 Chars. How to get started with fighting games and have a nice time. Polygon. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Apple's been a very tough stock to sell, says Josh Brown. And here's why. CNBC Television. CNBC's Halftime Report Investment Committee. Bryn Talkington, Josh Brown, Steve Weiss and Jim Lebenthal discuss the Apple trade and its impact on the mark. Null. Testimony expected to continue Thursday in R. Kelly trial, Chicago Tribune. Woman at center of R. Kelly's original trial, now 37. Testifies at Kelly's federal trial in Chicago she had sexual contact with Kelly for the first time. At 14. For the first time after 2 decades of swirling allegations. R. Kelly's former goddaughter has taken the stand as a prosecution witness in a case against the disgraced singer. Dressed in a white blah. Plus 8092 Chars. Judge says some of DOJ's affidavit used to obtain Mar-a-Lago search warrant can be unsealed. CNBC. The DOJ had asked Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart not to unseal the affidavit, arguing that it could compromise the probe involving Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. A federal judge said that parts of the affidavit used to obtain a search warrant for former President Donald Trump's resort home Mar-a-Lago can be unsealed. NBC News reported Thursday. The decision. Plus 3530 Chars. Woman, 29, was denied mammogram due to age. She has stage 4 cancer. Insider. Felicia LaBounty first felt a lump when adjusting her sports bra. It grew 8 centimeters in 8 months. She says she'll be on chemo for life. Single quote. Felicia LaBounty was at the movies with her boyfriend Brent Maggard in 2018 when she reached under her shirt to adjust her sports bra and felt a marble-sized lump in her left breast. It did no. Plus 7311 Chars. The Megalodon was bigger, faster and even hungrier. The New York Times. A 3D model developed by researchers suggests that the extinct megashark was fiercer than paleontologists previously imagined. If the team's model is accurate, However, it has implications about the enormous predator's cruising speed, how fast an animal gets from point A to point B, and appetite. The team found that Megalodon's c. plus 1878 chars. 49ers aggressiveness in practice upset Vikings WR Adam Thielen. 49ers webzone. Things got a little heated at the TCO Performance Center in Eagan, Minnesota, during Thursday's joint practice between the San Francisco 49ers and Minnesota Vikings. According to Sam Ekstrom of The Low, things got a little heated at the TCO Performance Center in Eagan, Minnesota, during Thursday's joint practice between the San Francisco 49ers and Minnesota Vikings. According to Sam Ekstrom of the L. plus 2433 chars. iPhone 14 is coming soon. Report points to a Sept. 16 release date. CNET. According to a Bloomberg report, the next Apple event will happen on Sept. 7. Apple's expected iPhone 14 will reportedly go on sale in mid-September after being unveiled during an online launch event. The iPhone 14 is expected to bring a variety of exciting upgrades. But it a plus 1903 chars.